do you decide which AI influenced ideas or what to pursue?
About AI topic, it's not just because of AI we need to deliver something, fear of missing out more.
Yeah.
You are shifting your mode into that situation, how you can blend with the situation. Basically what you can do is without any limitation, throw your creative minds to come out with these preparations, do the analysis.
Hi everyone, welcome to Control Shifter, a podcast by SmartDev and Vericel AI featuring voices that take control and drive the shift. So today we are joined by Prasanna, who leads digital commerce transformation in the global automotive space with a career spanning in IT operation, system design, and now AI-driven customer experience. So Prasanna, thank you so much for joining us today. It's a real pleasure for us to have you.
First of all, thank you for having me. I hope this discussion will be excited soon.
Let's rewind a bit and talk about how your journey unfolded. I think I talked about this one before. So you've gone from IT service ops to leading AI-powered digital commerce. So what have been some key turning point in your career that shaped how you lead today?
I'm also happy to you guys to be have discussing about my experience and then what we are going to be in this AI era. I'm much excited to talk about this topic because we can cover a lot about certain AI related much topics. Yeah. So maybe I start with my starting career onwards. It's like I started as like everybody's like as software programmer, and basically I'm a background of programming knowledge from there. And I mean, when we start working, the programming is always is more enthusiastic to do solving the problems and see the outcomes. When you see the outcomes, it will be excited soon. So that kind of things is always motivates to me to go into that next level for every aspect. So once become a software engineers, after that it's we are thriving for different operations and governance and project management and program management aspect. So in that context, actually, I do have, as you mentioned, almost 2 decades so now for in this IT industry. So much experience on service operations and project management, and obviously the program management now because I'm also handle the multiple projects on the same time. In a nutshell, I would say whatever we learn, everything is also now in this AI era. We also have to be adapt much more AI things in future. So we can discuss much more a lot about me.
Yeah, I would say it's really exciting because you got a tech background, right? And now you
Yeah.
turn into in a more leadership background that you lead all the digital transformation, especially in the e-commerce space.
Yeah, I mean that's my current
Yes.
role, but I would say like whatever I would call it as because in my previous role as well, it's all everything is all about the digital transformation. So in general, I would call it a digital transformation because we didn't focus only on e-commerce. We are touching on different endpoints and different end users basically, because e-commerce is only perspective about the customer's experience point of view, but our systems we also touching to the dealers or in between the business units, etc. There are multiple units in every industries, especially in our industries as well.
Can you share a bit more about your current role and how the success look like for the things that you've been doing right now, and especially when AI becoming more integrated in the workflow?
Every project is unique
It
in
is.
sense. So every project is started for success, and when every project is start because the evaluations we do a feasibility study, we do the business impact, what business value it creating in every projects. So as a project manager, as a program manager, my job is to ensure to do collaborate with all the stakeholders, and everything is going on correct pace, and what's trajectory we are in, and the timelines and different constraints like scope, quality, everything. So these all under our side as a program manager perspective. So in my context, every project is unique, and no matter it's small, big, or medium, or whatever it is, project has to be delivered as we agreed with stakeholders. So there are certain challenges always been there, like different opinions and different timelines, different commitments. But we need to find a sweet spot to come to the common ground to unpack that challenges, and then how to move forward to get the job done. So that's my I would say in my perspective, that's how the thing is move on. Yeah.
I see.
And especially my previous role and the current role, it's all about how we are delivering the projects on time. That's my key things.
So I think this would be an interesting story to tell audience when it comes to how you manage your work and manage your resource to ensure that you have on-time delivery, right? Let's take in the way you're actually guiding teams, and also because as I know your firm is aggressively integrating AI throughout its internal operation, right? You talk about using AI during team ideation as we talked before. So how does AI help your team brainstorm, structure ideas, or making decision more effectively?
Every aspect, like AI things, what we do is the ideations which comes with like a light bulb moment or some kind of finding the use cases. So basically if you are going for some kind of a MVP ideas, so we will normally see like what kind of repetition works we do, and what kind of human effort is required, and what kind of things where we can do. So we will do the ideation sessions with different brainstorm sessions to do, for example, like if you are able to focus certain area in operational aspect, what are the repetition tasks we do, how we can improvise in those areas. So for analyzing the incidents based on the past history, we can use the AI to get some analysis to make it to get the results faster. The another way is like what level of in a project level aspect, what level of capacity planning, or based on the future deliveries, how fast we able to do. I will touch that in future next topic actually, like how the product management things is work. So whenever we think about AI topic, it's not just because of AI we need to deliver something. It's a sake of AI perspective, or a FOMO mode, like fear of missing out mode.
Yeah.
It's like about what we are trying to deliver in a quality aspect. So we see who's going to benefit. Is it internal unit is going to benefit, or is it a business unit going to benefit, or is it a customer going to benefit? So based on the beneficial aspect, the business value aspect, we will try to see what are the quick wins, what are the strategic projects has to be identified. So some use cases could be less complex to deliver and able to deliver fast. So this kind of thing, and also it's creating a certain business value. In that case, we will think about its quick win approach. But if it is a complex, or if it is longer development or effort is needed, in that context, actually we have to think about much more cost involved, much more resources involved. There are some additional evaluation is needed. Also, we need to think about governance aspect, data aspect, so many things is involved when we go into the AI. So we always separate in like a quick wins or strategic projects, or whatever the quick win things we will try to do cover as much as possible in the IT operations, in the AI operations, or AI ops like that. We also exploring certain things like the release management, all other things.
Very exciting, I would say. So once those ideas start flowing, right, how do you decide which AI influenced ideas are worth to pursue, worth to roll out an MVP for it? Do you have some framework for assessing it, or have a default filtering process before making those kind of decisions?
In my opinion, is like comes with the three phases. I would say like preparations and ideations, evaluation, and delivery. The preparation is very much important. When we do analysis, we have to do what kind of data we have. First of all, it's not just about we need to deliver something. It's about what, yeah, because whatever we feeding into data into AI, it's garbage in, garbage out. So the data quality and all other aspect, we need to see what preparation we need to do. So the preparation is very much important when before come to the ideations. So what I mentioned just a while ago is about just whether this use case. So we can come out with the multiple different use cases. We need to identify whether it is I'm having a problem. So based on this problem, what AI could help? I think it's very general, but no need to be limit our ideas. Basically, what you can do is without any limitation, throw your creative minds to come out with these preparations, do the analysis. I have this problem. If I'm having this AI solution, this could help. So probably one or more AI solutions. So based on this balance, you will come out with a new ideations. It's called imagination solutions. So once the problems is identified, there are multiple different brainstorms inputs comes. We know multiple AI solutions is there, and then we come out with one feasible AI solution. That is the ideation stage. So we need to see in this ideation stage what could human creativity plus AI suggestions will come into pictures to solve the problems. Yeah, that is the ideation stage. And then evaluation, as I mentioned to you, the feasibility study, because this is very important when it comes to the whether ideation, it can be very good, it can be solved more problem, but when we come to the feasibility, it's required more strategic input and most cost benefit, cost impact. Even though business benefit is much, but also the same amount of resource is needed, then we need to think about whether we can take it or not take it. So as I mentioned, we should take carefully about which use case we are going to. That is in the evaluation phase. So based on that, we will come out with some MVP. I would recommend anything you come out with a plan, think about metrics, how you're going to find out whether this is really creating a value. So MVPs, don't go into the bigger picture, take a small one, try to see a prototype first and see the delivery, and then it will be going that way.
Okay. I think this is thing that everyone gonna hear it and try to apply. So let's dive into it a little bit more specific here. Let's just think about a use case that you did go through and an MVP to tailor to that use case. Think of some example and maybe let us know some key metrics that you use to measure whether initiatives is feasible or not, or just give some generic metric for leaders who are hearing this story would figure out what kind of metrics to apply in it.
Yeah, when we do touch into a different use case for the user beneficial, how user is going to benefit? It's like, is it going to be reduce the time? Is it instead of let's say how the AI hyper personalization is going to help? Let's say you're going to browse something, for example, like you want to find some product or something. First, you do like you go into the some e-commerce website or go search, find something, and also you will take some category everything. So now I would say if you want to go to Perplexity AI and you ask, I want to interest on this product, and then you say it will be go on search for you basically. So it's reducing your overall time, effort for you don't need to go to the multiple website to go and search. Actually, Perplexity will give you the some kind of the research. It's not only Perplexity; it can be give ChatGPT or whatever many research website actually. So basically, how you benefit from time. Instead of I'm spending 1 hour, 2 hour, I'm spending 5 minutes to 10 minutes. I get my outcome. So that is it's a key value. That is what I'm calling about some metrics. So this can be vary based on business teams input. So we need to see how either time or cost or what other operational aspect, efficiency perspective or productivity perspective. These are all the key metrics we will be come out with ideas when we do the MVP.
I think these are the things that's very valuable for leaders. And I think it's not just AI initiatives, right? It also applicable in every other's
Yeah.
technology adoption as well. So yeah, we always say that every good AI idea or any good technology idea all sounds exciting at first, but only until you have to build it and maintain it is a difficult story to tell. I know you're also writing, which is really exciting, about leadership in your book. Yeah, so in your upcoming book, Split Mode, you talk about
Okay.
personal growth and leadership. Is there one idea from that that helped you lead teams through complex change because you work in multiple projects, right? So your team has to be really dynamic, really adaptive to change. I would say you have
Yeah.
to also.
Split mode I'm working for quite long, actually, about framework I'm creating basically. So what it's going to be bring the value is it's kind of it's it should not be like a generic self-help book. I'm based on my own experience and other things. I put my own story as well in the book. So this book will talk about identity perspective. So we are not in a single identity. Basically, we are in a different state. We are in a different mode, and how we can adapt those things. So this book talk about 5 modes, which called the care mode, build mode, fuel mode, protect mode, and ini and OT mode, like that. It's called. I will explain a little summary of that. So care mode is about without any guilt, you have to be heal yourself and resetting yourself. It's like your notebook, how you have a reset button. It's like you are resetting your things. That is really needed in every situation. So this is one of the mode we are talking about, and actually the build mode is mainly about talking about the productivity and the focus and how to. It's when we are working on some implementations and productive things. It's talking about the build mode, yeah. And that is a fuel mode. It's like energize yourself. What is making you intrinsic motivate you, and how you which situation is making you motivated, or any personal interest you do. It's to be keep energized yourself. And another one is the protect mode, which is talking about setting the boundaries in every situations wherever it's needed. And it's all this. It could be in a work, it could be in a relationship, it could be in a friend zone or anything. This to be in a protect mode. And the next one, the last one is ini versus outie. I call it as a ini versus outie. It's like the inner mode or outer mode. So balancing the, it's like about we are in sometimes in the some self-reflection. We are talking about ourselves. We're thinking about ourselves, right? So there will be some hijack, emotional hijack, or default trap will be there. So this model talking about when to think intentionally, think about ourselves, when to think about an outer mode. It's like being, it's kind of an extrovert when you having a friends and other thing, how you are managing. So these all the 5 mode is talking about intentionally you are shifting your mode into that situation, and how you can blend with the situation. When I say intentionally, it's like you can have a multiple triggers. I'm bringing into a I call it as the levers. Levers is like 4 levers. It's kind of a language. You can call by yourself, hey, I want to switch to a car, but I'm much tired. So this kind of wording things you're talking about yourself is called language. It's kind of a trigger you moving into one mode to other mode, and it's called rituals, and then purpose, and then these kind of levers. I bring it actually into the book. So um, um, this, how do I say this? This book is bringing the value of how you can be in a different person, different mode, and to be blend with your regular daily work, and it will be help you in a multiple way of improving yourself.
Oh my god, now I know why it's called split mode.
Yeah.
It's just about that one person, that you, but you have multiple modes, which is 5 modes, right?
You can't be. I would tell you in a different, very simple way. Okay, I'm being employee. I'm being a father. I'm being a husband. I'm being a son. So whenever there is a situation is comes, I have to be change my mind. Right. That's how the things is work. This book will. Most of the book is talking about being disciplined, being do this, being do that, like that. So I don't talking about exactly you need to follow this, and you it will not make you any good. It's like you focus, and if you understand the framework and concept and philosophy, you can apply in any leadership things also. You can apply in your daily life, or you can even plan your calendar also. Every morning I wake up, I'm being in the care mode, and after that I'm going to work, I will be in build mode. Maybe if I'm having conflicts of work, I'm going to be in protect mode. So you could able to fix your things whenever the situations arrive.
I think you spend a lot of time to really reflect and really figure out the framework of that and split out 5 modes. And yeah, and I think that you also have you're a person that's really reflective and think about what you've been achieved, what you've been done, what you gained from that, and how you could solve better, work on it better in the next time maybe. And now I see why you becoming such a success person.
Thank you.
All right. I think we've been go through how you lead, how you deal with things, your philosophy as well regarding work and your personal life. So maybe let's dive into tech side of it. What it really takes to make these stuff work, from ideation to planning to deployment in enterprise e-commerce. So maybe you can share with us a bit on how you roll out your most proud MVP and really work on some execution and maintenance to have the project go through.
What I would say is that when I told you, right, when I'm every my career shifting into a service operation to project to program, it's like so when I shift from one role to other or one project to other is always challenging. The thing is how we are adapting the situation is very much important, because we are dealing with the different stakeholders first of all, and we are not dealing with the same systems as well as so. The learning curve is very, very important for every project. Every aspect you need to think from their shoes as well when you do a collaborations for the projects. So I would say in my previous role, it's really challenging. I work with one of the biggest project. I would say it's like rolled out for Japan. It's kind of a 2 years plan. The whole project it's around the 7 million overall project. I would say. So the challenge is like we are having in different departments and different teams, and it's around 20 different departments is working on this same goal. From my side, I'm a regional side. I'm supporting for those projects how to drive on time for the projects, and similarly we do have a customer side, we do have a market representative, we do have a HQ representative, we do have different stakeholders involvement, and we will. So my main job is to be keep transparency to all the stakeholders and keep the same face to deliver this project. The challenge you can't predict what kind of challenge will come to you. So even when we are almost in the smooth phase, we are almost going to be co-deliver the project, but I face certain challenges like one key important role person is to take leave or unexpected personal leave. These all like challenging, like how you're going to mitigate. So the mitigation plan is very, very important when you come to know. My previous project is much challenging, so obviously it's I learn a lot in from there, and how I improvised my project management capabilities from not from the books, not from the just a guiding principle or anything. It's a real life learned lessons from those projects. So I would say I can pat on my shoulder is like that is the key deliverable what I did when the key person is on went on unexpected leave or something. It's we still keep the timeline as it is, and I took a role actually to deliver that one to run the whole plan.
I mean that's amazing. Just in case you want to share more of the plan or the project you're working for, that's the question I would think that. So maybe from your perspective, after running through many projects and managed many programs, what part of digital commerce or digital transformation are being most transformed by AI right now?
That's good point. I would say it's like when it's not. I don't want to touch only in the e-commerce perspective. I want to touch in multiple aspect of how AI is going to be improving the digital transformations role. In my opinion, like let's say if I'm talking about e-commerce, it's like mainly the future will be goes more on about the personalization, about hyper personalization. So currently we are touching certain level of personalization we are doing, but in moving on it will be more hyper personalizations about more specific to your role. It's not just about cookie and all other things. It's about how you behave, how you browse, how you're looking into the product. Based on that, the system will be go show for your custom view for you. That kind of hyper personalization is going to be happen. It will be happen in a multiple industry. I don't know if you noticed or not. Maybe probably that kind of a Netflix and all. You see the personalization is improvised recently. So based on your view, based on what shows, what movies you like. Actually, it's changing the showing which movie you will be interested. So this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You could see in Amazon, you could see in any other e-commerce website, or you could see many systems. Actually, now they already adapted AI. Hyper personalization is very much, I would say, it's going to be play biggest role in AI adaptation and customer interaction. So you might be already know. I think many AI things is already there in the customer support experience. There are AI voice agent, there are AI agent things is there, and many customer interactions. You are not no more. It's not only the chatbot mode. Is like the real person talking. You will not be know in future, like, are you talking into the real person, or are you talking into a AI agent? So this kind of customer interactions, personalizations is also there. Many things I would say, like AI side, even financial services, they are implemented many fraud detections things all also is there, the adaptation. So
You've been emphasizing hyper personalization a lot. For personalization, we've been seeing so many tactics that not really an AI power. I mean, some personalized ads and algorithm that didn't really leverage AIs in that. But how did AI play a role in hyper personalization here? Can you break it down and how AI would really improve or contribute to hyper personalization?
so in my opinion, I think the behavioral, the customer behavioral. So there are some data is available to the to the system now, but in future, the more data the AI will have, and the more data the AI is training about the customer behavior, and based on that, the hyper personalization will be evolved in a multiple different way. So many areas actually in food delivery aspect also they improvised a lot, and even e-commerce perspective, as I mentioned, it's in a different the based on your browsing behavior, your
Yes.
hyper personalization will be changed. So if you keep finding one specific category, or if you're finding some specific product, it will be going to be capture your behavior, and then it will be says the AI will be keep promoting your hyper personalizations for your needs. This will be in the future things. So the browsing behavior is one of the things, and how much customers is data have that models, and based on that the system will be behave accordingly.
So we've been talking about hyper personalization and also customer interaction, and I've also recently saw a demo from an event from Google called Google Cloud Next 25. Now their customer service AI agent can handle all the calling processes, like they from retrieving data from the CRM to know whether this person is an old customer or not, to handling requirements, giving some suggestion like real SDR, and even double check with human to see if we can offer promotion code for this customer. And then they close the sales, and it's really insane. But after all, I believe it's only for companies that have their data foundation is supported, right? Because we also emphasizing data a lot and how important it is to have our data infrastructure ready for all of these initiatives. But here's the point, because when we're talking about data, we care about privacy. When preparing, so privacy is one of the concerns. But for enterprise level, like you've been always play a role for, when preparing enterprise data for AI initiatives, especially in customer experience, what challenges do companies often overlook?
So in general, basically the data in as I mentioned, the data quality is much more important for the AI, because AI have pattern things they do have. We can train certain level. So whatever we are giving based on the historical data, or whatever the data we have, if you are feeding those data with not a quality data, then your AI outcome will be also you can't expect much more the quality outcome from the AI. So that is one point, and also the the awareness. The awareness it should not be like one team has to be taking care of the data. So if you're talking about the AI use cases or product management, you should be have very much aware from every single person has to be taking a responsibility of what data we are feeding into AI or what data we are handling it. The data handling is much important when it comes to the AI product management, because the every person has to be more conscious about what data they are using it, and what level of the privacy and governance guidance every company they have. And that's key important. It's really playing a key important role. So currently every GDPR and all the government councils, European councils, all they're trying to uh, be in control how the AI, the governance part, they can handle it. However, every company itself, they are bringing a guiding principles, ethicals, rules, and what has to do when you do some kind of AI development. So the when I talk about the brainstorm sessions, ideation sessions, so every stages and every phase, the data governance is has to be there, and what data we are handling it,
Yeah.
and and it's not about one team. That's what I'm keep trying to repeat it, repeating the things is like not only by data team. It has to be done by software developers, UI developers, or backend developers, whoever it is. They have to see in every aspect what data is handling in the AI projects. And the frequent inspection is mandatory, and IT audit is mandatory. So it's about one time we deliver a MVP. After that, we cannot just ignore it. We have to be regularly see the audit perspective, what kind of data is coming in and going out in the AI. This is very much important in this AI.
Because Squib is software development company, so we deliver a digital products for our client, right? And our developer also using some IDE tools or code generation tool powered by AI to work on to deliver faster. But in some tools, their policies will allow all of those code to be publicly used. That's also one of the concerns for us to really bear in mind to check through all the policies internally processed, not getting into the open source platform to have other models learn from that. So I think data governance is a thing that every business is care about. So besides keep checking data regulation, are there any other tactics that you see in your company?
Yeah. So the principles is very much important. I think the leaders' jobs is to ensure to give this awareness, and also the manager's responsibility is to be communicate this transparency and the guiding principles to the whole team, and how it's not just about delivery perspective, it's a behavioral change. The AI is not like only the technological advancement like cloud computing or etc. It's about AI things, is about how the behavioral things has to be changed in every aspect of development and deliverables and everything. So this required a lot of trainings and adaptation is needed.
So not just about having a team to check what is the data taking, what is the data take out, but it's also having a cultural impact on the whole team,
Yes.
right? To have their
Yes,
aware
it's
that
really
data governance is important, and you guys have to put it on top whenever you deliver something. How do you think companies
Yep,
can
yep.
balance AI innovation with privacy, trust, and compliance concerns? Is it just a governance issues, or it's also require cultural shift as well?
Yeah, it has to be in hand. Like you cannot be do it later or do it in one phase like that. It has to be go it on the same phase actually. So that's why the data is. It's. I'm not talking about only the data quality. It's about data handling. Yeah, data handling is different from what data quality we are discussing.
I
Actually.
see.
So the governance is mainly we already do have an enterprise architect in every companies, and they are doing a certain role, but they can do it the level they can able to influence in certain level only. So as I mentioned, every roles and responsibility involving in the AI product management or AI deliverables, the governance has to be there. That's why we can't expect directly from the employees has to be to take care. But the reason why we want every company should have the governance and guiding principles and ethicals, rules, responsibility is very much important to how to handle the projects and how to adapt the AI. And whenever there is a adaptation is coming into the picture, what are the areas we could do? This from ideations to implementations, there are multiple different phases. After the implementations, what has to be done? It could not be the same like our traditional project deliveries, then become a change management like that. It could be a different level of support is required post deliverables and how the AI ops is doing a role in this after deliverables. This all has to be create the guiding principles from start to end. It cannot be 100% sure is everything is decided. It has to be evolved in a multiple different phases. So the process also has to be improvised in certain level. We created a one process. We assume it could be work, but probably we find out some gap, and it has to be improved that process into the next phase. So this has to be continuously improvised in a multiple layer for this.
Yeah. So I think let's zoom out a bit now and see where this is all headed. What big shift do you think we'll see in how enterprises design or deliver digital experience over the next few years?
Yeah, you might be know everywhere is agentic era, agentic topics is going on. I would say, obviously there will be the adaptations of agentic things will be there soon in this year and following year. However, the human in the loop will be there in multiple areas. I would recommend to all the people and everyone, whoever in this field, or I say always like either you take it as a threat or you take it as an opportunity. If you think about threat, you need to be in a fear mode. So better to think about in an opportunity mode. This is the right time to learn a lot and shift a lot from your own career aspect. So it not necessarily everyone to be a tech guy. It's about it can be you see from your daily life what you can adapt AI. You might be used almost like in daily life to writing your script or talking to a persons or email drafting. This all is okay, but need to evolve much more what next you can do. So you can write an article, you can write anything you can do. At the same time, you see what level of improvisation, learning things you can do. So skill is very much important. I would recommend in future ready to be adapt for the agentic things. It cannot be say I'm not a person to say not going to replace you, etc. But there many people saying about it's like AI is not going to replace you. AI is replacing the person who knows AI who don't know. If you know one person is completely don't know about the AI and all the things, they're not aware of any things, and this role will be obsolete already. And then whoever is able to do with his capability and also the AI adaptation he is doing, the companies will go and look for this guy. Okay, this guy could able to do for adaptations as well as his capability and his creativity and problem solving capability to contribute to the AI things. So the industry is going toward to that way. You could see many industries, many areas. The agentic things is there, especially the customer service area. I know the regulatory adaptation is there, cultural transformations is there, and human AI balance is also there. Many things will be there, so you can't stop it actually. So better companies and people has to be adapt the AI as early as possible to learn the things.
It has gonna be impact a lot regarding how people use human resources is the thing gonna be impacted, and also upskilling and being adaptive is becoming more important.
Very much important.
But still very exciting, right? Because as you say that let's see it as opportunities and open to learn, and we will see how far we will go from that. This has been packed up with lots of serious insight right now.
That's cool. That's nice.
Is there anything else you would like to share?
I think we covered a lot, and yeah, I think it's we almost touched all the AI related topic. I won't say all, but we touched many topics already. So it's and even a book. Oh, thanks for the book. So it's nice.
Yeah, that's all of those things from your work experience to your book to your philosophy is all pure gold. And we really appreciate that you brought clarity on how AI would plays out on the ground across the industry. So listener, you've been listening to Control Shifter, where we talk to people who aren't just talking about the technology shift, but they making it real. And thank you for joining us, Prasanna. And we'll love to say all of the best thing on your book launching. We're exciting to it and to your upcoming trips and plan. And maybe we'll catch you next time.
We'll see you next time.